This item has three parts. Eleanor incorrectly solves the equation 1/2 times the quantity x plus 18 equals 4 times the quantity 2x minus 6 minus 9x. Part A, select the first equation in which Eleanor makes an error. So in the problem, they told us Eleanor incorrectly solved it, which means she did make some type of error. She did something wrong. So we need to look over here at the chart that shows her work, and we need to figure out where she made a mistake. So the first step there, the given, that's just the original problem. All right, in step 1, we can see right away that it looks like she tries to get rid of that fraction. Remember, to get rid of a fraction, you have two choices. You can distribute it throughout and multiply it by both terms inside the parentheses. That's still going to give you a fractional value, though, because you'll have 1/2 x. Or you can multiply both sides of the equation by the denominator of that fraction. Remember, the denominator is the bottom number of the fraction, and in this case, it is 2. So if we multiply both, Eleanor looks like she tried to multiply both sides of the equation by 2. So if we look at step 1 here, if she multiplied this left-hand side of the equation by 2, you would make a giant 1 to get rid of that fraction, and you would just have x plus 18 left. So that part is good. On the right-hand side, we would need to multiply the number outside the parentheses by 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. She did that. We can't forget about this minus 9x hanging out outside the parentheses, though. We also would need to multiply that by 2. So here, this is actually where Eleanor made her mistake. This minus 9x should be minus 18x because she really needs to multiply that by 2. So she made the mistake in line 1, which is the step right here, letter A. After we identify, oops, I forgot to cover this up. After we identify which line that the error was in, now we need to create an equation to correct Eleanor's error identified in part A. So we just said her mistake was this minus 9x. She forgot to multiply it by 2. So 9 times 2 is 18. So to fix that, we can quickly do it. We can rewrite everything else. The x plus 18 equals 8 times the quantity 2x minus 6. And we just need to put the minus 18x at the end. So that's how we would do part B of this. All right, now it says, oh, part of the question is cut off here, but what is the correct solution to 1/2 times the quantity x plus 18 equals 4 times the quantity 2x minus 6 minus 9x? So to solve this, I'm going to start right here with this equation we wrote in part A. That is a correct equation. Now we need to solve it. So x plus 18 equals 8 times the quantity 2x minus 6 minus 18x. Remember, this 8 here outside the parentheses, we need to use our distributive property to multiply that value or distribute it to both terms inside the parentheses. So we're going to do 8 times 2x, and we're going to do 8 times negative 6. When we do that, we get x plus 18 equals 16x minus 48, because when we distribute, 8 times 2x is 16x, 8 times negative 6 is negative 48, and then we have to bring down this minus 18x. Our next step is we want to combine like terms if we have any. So if we look on the left-hand side of the equation, we do not have any like terms. X plus 18 is just going to be x plus 18. On the right-hand side, though, we do have like terms. This 16x and this minus 18x, those are like terms. They both have the variable x in them, so we can combine them. When we do that, we get that x plus 18 equals negative 2x plus 48. Remember, our goal for solving this equation is to isolate x, get the variable on one side of the equation by itself. So this minus 2x right here, I'm going to look at that. We need to think, how do we undo subtracting, or what is the inverse of subtraction? And it is addition. So we're going to add 2x to both sides of the equal sign. When we do that, x plus 2x is 3x, so that gives us 3x plus 18 equals negative 48, because we took this negative 2x and successfully moved it to the other side. All right, now we need to take this positive 18 and move it away from the 3x. So to undo adding 18, we're going to subtract 18. So when we subtract 18 from both sides, we get that 3x equals negative 66. We are almost done. That 3x is like 3 times x. So to undo multiplying by 3, we're going to divide because multiplication and division are inverse operations. When we divide both sides by 3 on the left-hand side here, 3 over 3 makes a big 1. That's the whole point of dividing by 3, to make a big 1 and just get x by itself. And then negative 66 divided by 3 is negative 22.